Greetings, Poke fans! A somewhat scruffy Michael here, and earlier this week, we got another surprise big info dump on Pokemon Sword and Shield. The new trailer revealed several new Pokemon, along with a spicy new battle mechanic that further confirms a leak that we discussed in a previous video. So today, I will be doing what I did for the last two big Sword and Shield trailers, and doing a deep dive analysis into all of the new information that we got, including some more hidden information that you might have missed. Then at the end of the video, I'll discuss more of the information that was in that leak that now is definitely just totally confirmed. But before we dive into the analysis, this video is sponsored by Amino, the best place out there to take part in fun communities focusing on any specific interest that you could think of. I am part of the Pokemon Amino, but there's plenty of others focusing on any specific video game, or anime, or pet, or cooking, or whatever else. Amino also just launched their stories, which are short-form, high-quality videos from creators like me. I've made one before, and I just posted another one covering 5 Pokemon that I hope survive Dexit and make it into Pokemon Sword and Shield. So go download Amino for free using the link in the description below, search up MandJTV under users, follow my global profile, and watch my stories. So now that we've covered that, let's dive into the new information, progressing in order of how it appeared in the English language trailer. First, we see the male protagonist walking out onto the battlefield in one of the stadiums, wearing the outfit we've seen them wear before. There's some other trainers in the background, which seems to imply that there are other gym challenge competitors. Another interesting piece of information that was not shown in the trailer but was mentioned on the official site is that you are able to choose the 3-digit number that is displayed on your uniform. So clearly, if you don't choose 069 or 420, then you're not a real pro gamer. The same page also reveals that instead of the traditional Pokemon League setup where you fight 4 Elite Four members and then the champion, they have the Champion Cup once a year. It is a tournament where competitors battle to see who gets a chance to battle the reigning champion for their spot. So obviously if you win this tournament, you have a chance to battle Leon. I absolutely love this. I always thought the anime format of the Pokemon League was a lot more interesting, so I'm really excited to have that in an official Pokemon game. We are next shown the people who organized the battle events in the Galar region, including the Champion Cup. Those are Chairman Rose, the first to endorse Leon and the first to implement gym battles featuring Dynamax, and his secretary/vice president, which is a weird combination because in a traditional office setup, those two roles are very different, is Oleana. She is in charge of the day-to-day running of the company. To me, it seems like one or both of these people are gonna end up being evil. I don't know, they just give off that vibe, especially Oleana. That facial expression is definitely one of an evil person. Or maybe she's just not very friendly. During the trailer, we see Chairman Rose send out a Pokemon, and we only have this one singular frame of part of the Pokemon sticking out of the Pokeball light. It is clearly a new species of Pokemon, and some have theorized that this is a teapot elephant Pokemon, which would be really cool to see. I'm definitely looking forward to its reveal. The trailer then launches into revealing several new species of Pokemon, the first of which is All Creamy. And considering the fact that it seems to be entirely just made up of whipped cream, the name All Creamy is very appropriate. All Creamy is the cream Pokemon and is a pure fairy type. It is 1 foot tall, weighs 1.1 pounds, and has the ability Sweet Veil. It produces an extremely delicious whipped cream that pastry chefs love using in their baking. Additionally, it uses this whipped cream in battle to distract any enemies. The cream is supposedly so delicious and soothing that any opponents that eat it will rapidly lose their will to battle. I personally don't like All Creamy that much. I feel like they leaned too heavily into a dessert-based Pokemon. Like, the Vanillux line are kinda dessert, but they're also like really icicles. All Creamy is just whipped cream. And it's also a little disturbing to me that it looks like a person who was cursed by a witch to be turned into whipped cream. I don't know, it's not one I really like. Next, they showed off Yamper, a Pokemon that we have known about since the Sword and Shield demo at E3, but this official reveal gave us more information about it. It is the puppy Pokemon and is pure electric type. It is 1 foot tall, weighs 29.8 pounds, and has the ability Ball Fetch. This is a new ability that comes into play when battling wild Pokemon. As long as Yamper is not holding an item, it will pick up the first Pokeball you threw that failed to catch the wild Pokemon. Yamper is drawn to moving things and has a tendency to chase after people, Pokemon, and vehicles. It has an organ in its body that generates electricity that activates when it runs around, but it cannot store the electricity that it generates. Therefore, it's often seen running with sparks jumping off of it. I think Yamper is a perfectly fine Pokemon that looks cute. It's just not going to be one of my all-time favorites because it doesn't stand out to me. Next, they revealed Roly-Coly. It is the coal Pokemon and a pure rock type. It is 1 foot tall. Dang, 3 Pokemon in a row that are 1 foot tall. Weighs 26.5 pounds and has either heat-proof or steam engine as its ability. Steam Engine is a brand new ability that causes Roly-Coly's speed to increase by 3 stages if it is hit by a fire or water type move during battle. The bottom of Roly-Coly's body is actually a coal wheel that allows it to smoothly traverse over even rough terrain. Another interesting fact is that until about 100 years ago, every household in the Galar region had a Roly-Coly. Chunks of coal would drop off of its body and they would use that coal to heat their homes. I love Roly-Coly. I think it's a really awesome mix of cute and cool, and also the fact that it's a coal wheel Pokemon and its name is Roly-Coly. Oh my gosh, as someone who loves puns, that might be the greatest Pokemon name ever. I cannot wait to see what it evolves into. Assuming it evolves, I hope it does, because if its evolution is also really cool, there's a very good chance I will use it on my team. The final new Pokemon this trailer revealed was Ladon. By the way, I should mention up front that this Pokemon's name pronunciation is definitely not as obvious as some of the other new Pokemon so far. I actually ran a poll on Twitter earlier this week asking people whether they thought it should be pronounced Duraludon, Duraludon, or Duraludon, and the results were reasonably evenly split. So until we get an official pronunciation, just call it whichever one you like best. I like Duraludon best. It is the Alloy Pokemon and is a Steel Dragon type. It is 5'11", 88.2 pounds, and has either light metal or heavy metal as its ability. This is easily my favorite Gen 8 Pokemon so far. It looks dope, and it's a Steel Dragon type. I literally said in a video a couple weeks ago that I wanted a new Steel Dragon type Pokemon that wasn't Dialga. I am so excited about Duraludon. The official site says that the metal composing its body is incredibly durable, but also surprisingly light, allowing it to move quite quickly in spite of its appearance. This seems to imply that the metal is closely related to aluminum, since aluminum is light. The ALU in Duraludon's name could be taken from aluminum. Its 2 arms are differently shaped and are used to effectively grind down boulders. I theorized that these arms were inspired by the drill bits that oil companies use to drill wells. Duraludon shares its habitat with Tyranitar, so they are often seen battling each other. Many have theorized that Duraludon is partially inspired by Mechagodzilla as a result of this relationship. Speaking of Tyranitar, the official site also confirmed the first set of version-exclusive Pokemon in Sword and Shield. The Dino line and the Jangmo-O line are exclusive to Sword, and the Larvitar line and Goomy line are exclusive to Shield. So I guess Duraludon sharing its habitat with Tyranitar is only true in Shield. Also, a little while after the trailer, we got official confirmation for the name of the Steel-type contest move. For those who don't know, back in April, Koro ran a contest in Japan for people to name a brand new Steel-type move that is basically a Steel-type version of Mind Blown, where it does a lot of damage, but does half of the total health recoil damage to the user. We learned that Duraludon can learn this move, and the official Japanese name was confirmed. However, the name is a pun in Japanese, so exact translation is difficult. It's roughly known as Exhaustive Beam or Do or Die, but the English name will probably be substantially different from those. Duraludon was the last new Pokemon revealed in this trailer, which is strange, because they didn't officially reveal Impidimp. Impidimp, if you didn't know, is a dark fairy-type Pokemon that was very clearly shown in the Sword and Shield demo back at E3, just like Yamper was. Impidimp even shows up in the newest trailer in a banner in the background of One Shot. It is so weird that they haven't officially revealed Impidimp yet, since the whole internet has known about it for a month now. Next, they show off some animations focusing on the gym challenge, which, side note, I think this gym challenge music is incredibly epic. They also formally introduce Chairman Rose and Oleana, and then they reveal for the first time ever that there will be version-exclusive gym leaders. B is a fighting type gym leader exclusive to Pokemon Sword. The only Pokemon she is seen using is a Hitmontop, and the fact that her Pokeball is an Ultra Ball implies that she is one of the later gym leaders. Alistair is a Ghost type gym leader exclusive to Pokemon Shield. The only Pokemon he is shown using is a Mimikyu. Then the trailer shows off the exciting advanced form of Dynamax called Giganta Max. When a Pokemon Gigantamaxes, not only do they get bigger, but their appearance changes as well. It is currently unclear whether the Gigantamax Pokemon get a larger power boost than Dynamax Pokemon, but the wording on the official Pokemon site seems to imply that the power boost is the same. The primary difference between Dynamax and Gigantamax, aside from the appearance change, is that every Gigantamax Pokemon gets access to an exclusive G-Max move that is specific to that certain species. Additionally, not every Pokemon of a Gigantamax possible species can Gigantamax. The site says that it's rare to find one that can, and it also seems to imply the only way to get one that can is via max raid battles. I think the Gigantamax concept is really interesting and cool. I already thought Dynamax was pretty solid, but the fact that you can find some where their appearances change makes it extra awesome. Obviously it is somewhat similar to Mega Evolution, but the fact that they're giving it to brand new Generation 8 Pokemon and not just older Pokemon is something that I am really happy with. Also, I like that they're giving us an incentive to do max raid battles. I think it'll be really fun to hunt for Gigantamax possible Pokemon. 3 Gigantamax Pokemon were shown off in the trailer, and all of them were new Gen 8 Pokemon. The first was Gigantamax Alcremie. Its typing and ability remain the same, but its height changes to 98 feet 5 inches with a plus next to it. As of now, this is the tallest Pokemon in existence. Its body is apparently extremely tough, even becoming tougher when more impacts hit it. Additionally, it can launch high-calorie cream missiles to attack opponents. Any Pokemon that touches this cream will be filled with energy and euphoria, but at the same time will fall into a state of I can't keep reading this. When Alcremie Gigantamaxes, all of its Fairy-type moves turn into its exclusive G-Max move, G-Max Finale. G-Max Finale heals all Pokemon on Alcremie's side while dealing damage to the opponent. It is currently unclear whether this healing only applies to Pokemon in battle or to the entire party. It is also unclear how much healing it does. As for my personal thoughts on Gigantamax Alcremie, I don't like it. They took Alcremie, which I wasn't that into in the first place, and then just put an entire cake beneath it? That's kinda dumb. Next, they showed Gigantamax Dread Nog. Again, its typing and ability remain the same, but its height increases to 78 feet 9 inches. Its website description talks about how it can crush opponents with its front paws and bite chunks out of large mountains. Considering what this thing looks like, that's not surprising. Gigantamax Dread Nog's G-Max move is G-Max Stone Surge. Water-type moves turn into this move, and it doesn't just deal damage, it spreads Stealth Rock on the enemy side. I think this is great. I love that they creatively combined its 2 different typings into one move. I love Gigantamax Dread Nog. I already liked Dread Nog, and seeing that it gets a form that's this massive, more armored, bipedal kaiju is just so extremely cool. My only disappointment is that now I like it even more than I did, and I was gonna pick Sobble, so now the types overlap and I just, so many decisions. The final Gigantamax Pokemon they showed was Gigantamax Corviknight. Again, its typing and abilities remain the same, but its height increases to 45 feet 11 inches. Gigantamax Corviknight's body armor is reinforced, and now it can separate pieces of its armor from its body to use as independently flying blade birds. Gigantamax Corviknight's G-Max move is G-Max Wind Rage. All of its flying type moves turn into this move, and in addition to doing damage, it will remove any effects of moves like Reflect, Light Screen, Spikes, and Electric Terrain that the opponents may have. So it seems to function like Defog, except this description implies that this is only occurring on the enemy side of the field. When I first saw it, I couldn't really tell the difference between it and regular Corviknight, other than the fact that its wings were spread out all the time rather than flapping. So I like it looks cool, but I think it looks too similar to regular Corviknight. So that covers everything that was shown off in the trailer, but I want to discuss the leak that I discussed in my most recent Sword and Shield analysis video. I'm not gonna go over the entire leak because I did that in the last video, but I do want to cover the specific things in it that were confirmed by this trailer. One of which was the line about how Gigantamax is different from Dynamax because it changes the appearance of the Pokemon. Tons of other pieces of this leak were already confirmed by the Direct on June 5th, but now it confirmed Gigantamax and the names of Chairman Rose and Oleana. Clearly this leak is to be taken extremely seriously because it has yet to be wrong. This is great! Because it means we're getting Gigantamax Lapras, which sounds really cool. We're getting new evolutions for old Pokemon like Farfetch'd, and we're getting an evil legendary called Eternatus. All of those things sound amazing, especially the part about new evolutions. I made a whole video talking about how I wanted new evolutions for old Pokemon, and now it seems like that's gonna be a reality. So that wraps it up for this analysis of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy it and want to watch some more of my Pokemon content, I recommend this video here. Also, don't forget to follow me on Amino. All right, that's all I have for now. So until next time, Big fans, gotta catch them all.